What's the story you want to tell? Where do you start? It feels so easy sometimes to start from where we're at and work backwards. But the truth is, you're missing a lot of context when you do that. It allows us to look at our life as if there's some linear path that got us here, when in reality, sometimes it's hard to even understand if there was a path at all. We spend years stumbling through the grass, the muck, the cobblestones, just to try to make sense of it all. I think there's something beautiful and tragic about that. In the way that we spend so much of our lives adhering to the people who tell us what to do, how to be, where to show up, how to show up. And it's all just fodder for someone else's vision. Pandering to people who don't really have a vested interest in who you are or what you do, or what really feels good to you, what feels right. It's a noble act to resist the tyranny of a system that strips away the most enriching parts of our personalities. We're so much more than this world has allowed us to be, and we've convinced ourselves that it's okay to shrink down because we just call it niching. But what if we weren't living in a world that was forged on algorithms and dopamine hits? What if we just saw ourselves for the first time and asked, what is it that we really want? And what would it take for us to get there? All I can say is that what feels aligned for me in this moment is to say what needs to be said. Not for anyone else, but for me to feel like I'm actually embodying all of who I am. I don't want to shrink down now. It took years of me sitting with myself, trying to understand what it looked like for me to really be me. I'm not even entirely sure that I know that now, but I am much closer. And being where I am now, I wish that people could understand this sooner. We come into this world and we sort of look at it like we've been placed here with a set of rules that must be followed. But the disruptors, the people who shift the collective belief in one thing or another, for better or for worse, those are the people who toss the rulebook out the window. So let me ask you, why are we spending so much time following rules that were created by people who don't understand who we are, who don't understand our lives, and who don't have empathy for the truth that so many people are experiencing? Why do we stop ourselves from pursuing the things that light up our souls? I can say from experience that often the reason ends up being a paycheck. The desire for a feeling of financial security, to feel accomplished in a way that's recognized by other people, something that I can point to and say, that's a success as it's recognized by society. And maybe that's part of the problem. Success is many different things to many different people, but we don't have to believe that it's the same for all of us. Yet we march along on a path as if that's always the goal. And then, as soon as we get to that goal, the people who are further along have already moved the goalpost. We end up focused more on keeping up than coming home to ourselves. It's more about status upgrades than it is about collaborating and finding the best path forward for everyone. Sure, we all have individual desires, and there's value in that. In fact, having a unique personality with your unique set of beliefs is what makes collaboration so much more effective and profound. Because when you have people from different walks of life with different lived experiences, you exit the bubble of groupthink and you enter a place where there's more opportunity for compassion and growth and change and deliberate discussion. Places where you can challenge and feel seen and held in a safe space. A place that doesn't require capitulation or covering up the parts of ourselves that we're most proud of. And historically, also the parts we're most afraid to share. There is something here for all of us. And I believe to some degree that we know that. Even if you can't pinpoint it, even if you stumble through and try to find the right way and it feels like you're constantly hitting roadblocks, those redirections are opportunities to filter out what doesn't work anymore, to clear space for what's to come. Because as long as we're always anchoring back to ourselves, and there's real truth in that, how can it be wrong?